Hey, so I finally got my Ancestry DNA kit in the mail, and I'm pretty excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time now. When I was 16 years old, I started learning a lot about Chicano history and Mexican history and just Native history in general. And so that made me curious, wanting to know more about who I am and my background and my ancestry. um, you know, Especially after having lived in Mexico, in the US, in Europe, and having people ask me all the time, if I'm Arab, if I'm Middle Eastern, especially after living in England, where 9 out of 10 people that I met would ask me or just start speaking to me in Arabic. And, I would have to say, no, 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 I'm sorry, I'm Mexican, I speak Spanish, in English. But it was just weird that everybody out there would confuse me. Out here in the US, sometimes I get confused. And I know that happens to a lot of Mexican people. People just assume we're something else a lot of the time. My sister in law gets asked if she's from India all the time, all the time. And, she was born and raised in Mexico. So I've always been very, very curious and just fascinated, wanting to learn more. I know that both of my parents were born and raised in Mexico, in Aguascalientes to be exact. Their parents were born in Mexico as well, born and raised. Mostly Jalisco, Aguascalientes, Zacatecas, that area there. However, we don't know much about their parents and their great grandparents and their great great grandparents. There's stories out there that we have, French and we have Spanish, but we've never really heard much about that. I know one of my great aunts and uncles in Mexico say that I look like my great grandma, who was French, and they say that the only difference is she had red hair. Again, I don't know, never seen pictures, don't know the details. So again, it's just something that, I've been very, very curious about. So the kit comes like this in a little box. And so you open up the box and you have your instructions there. And it asks you to activate your kit online. So you want to do that first. You want to activate your kit. And then it has this envelope here, which is where you put your spit tube once you're done. And I know it sounds gross, but that's what you got to do. And put your little tube with spit in here. And this is the tube itself. That's the test. That's the number that you register it with. You have to activate it with this number. And it comes with a little funnel at the top, which is where you spit in. And when you're done, you spit all the way to the black line, by the way, the little wavy black line. When you're done, you remove that funnel and you attach this blue part there. You attach that, shake it a little bit, and then you throw that in the envelope. That goes inside this box here. And it already has postage, so you don't have to worry about that. You just throw everything in there, close it up, and throw it in the mail. That's it. There's no paperwork, nothing like that. It's just the box, the kit, and the envelope. Okay? So once you mail it in, it should take about 6 to 8 weeks for you to get the results. And I will be sharing the results. So we'll see what they say. I can't wait to get the results. And I would also love to do this test with my daughter. Especially because she's mixed, knowing that she's mixed, her dad is from Iran. His family's from Iran. Well, he's from Boston, obviously, but, the mom and the family are from Iran. And I know that they have some Armenian in there. And so I think it would just be like really, really cool to learn more about her ancestry DNA. But we'll just have to wait for that. And for now, I guess I'll just have to wait for my results. So it's time to get to spitting. I know, pretty gross, but that's how it's done. And I will be sharing my results when I get them. Thanks.